Hey, we got one more thing to do, I guess. Thankfully, we don't have to do any more from Pokemon Red. We're perfectly fine where we are here. Yeah, the king is back. He is. But we're not doing any Pokemon Red. We're done. We're done with Pokemon. For now, for Pokemon Red, all that fun stuff. Let me get the living dex on so I can have a little bit of a light. I have a light. I just need to probably change the batteries on it. But as you can see, I do not have my Pokemon. My Capture 3DS is actually over there. I've been playing a little bit of WarioWare Gold for the video I'm doing, but for right now, I was playing through it so I can probably do a bit. But no, I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm almost done editing that. It should be good for Thursday, but we're not gonna talk about that now. But I am on my Switch right now, and I have transferred all the Pokemon we got, including this little motherfucker. Yeah, I got YouTube. Press play, Jason. You got. I've been doing YouTube much longer than I have streaming. Obviously, but when I. But yeah, getting this stupid Mew was a pain in the ass. I'm so glad I didn't stream this whole process, because training that stupid Pidgey to get 233 HP is a pain in the ass, but I digress. We'll talk about Mew in a moment, but for now, I just want to reminisce. I want to reminisce on all of this. And to make it a little more, I guess, fun, I got tier lists. Yeah! I like doing these once in a while. I should probably... Oh, this is gonna actually fuck up the... Or actually, no, I got ways of doing this. I got dual monitors, bitch. I got dual monitors. I can kind of fumble. I can fumble with this. Yeah, that works. That works. Kind of. Not really, but you know, it works for what I need. So I can see the chats. But yeah, we got the tier list here. We have superiors, we got aces, we got brilliance, commonplace. I want to try it. I want to try it with a little bit of the S, A, B, C. I don't know if I did a great job with the B and C, but the rest is fine. That doesn't really matter. But yeah, for what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that down, and we're gonna just go down the list. I just want... There you go. Alright, so let's start with the Bulbasaur line. I was a little interested on... Like, when you're going through, like, the Pokemon Red and Blue Pokemon, it's going to be very interesting trying to figure out what gender, what nature, and all that they're going to have. The abilities, at least for... Oh, shit! Okay, never... Oh, I did. Huh. Are those hidden abilities? Oh shit, are there? I'll have to look at that, but interesting. Like, huh. Okay. I guess I'm wrong on the... You don't really know. I thought I would know the abilities for the starters because I know for the water starters it's Torrent. For the fire starters it's Blaze. I don't remember the name off the top of my head for the grass starters. Okay. Okay, interesting. But yeah, let's go through the list. And the Bulbasaur line has always been my personal favorite of the three. I like all three of them. I really do. But the Bulbasaur line, I just love. I just love these little guys. They're just giant ass frogs with the plant on their back. It's basic, but it's nice. I like it quite a bit. We got a hasty one and 2 timid ones, which means okay, the speed doesn't really change much, but having a Venusaur with high attack is not necessarily what I would really want, but you know, Barret did us fine. Like sounds and likes to thrash about. I think that's a pretty easy summation. But yeah, we got. I just love this line. I really do. And let's go to the tier list for a moment. And we are going to. I like Bulbasaur quite a bit. I'm gonna put both Bulbasaur and Venusaur on the top. Ivysaur, I don't like as much. I don't like. The one problem I have with Ivysaur, and we're gonna go back, is that it just seems like there's something about Ivysaur that I just don't gravitate towards. And I think it might just be the bulb on its back, because otherwise I don't mind it. It might also be like the bluish color, which is weird because I tend to like blue a little more. I like blue. Cyan is one of my favorite colors, but it's a little weird. But I don't know. Something about it. But I like Venusaur. I think Venusaur's design is. It's a little goofy, but it's not. I don't know. It seems perfectly fine to me. All right. Charmander. Of course, I got the relaxed Charizard. Like that's a. I should have named this one Ash. Yeah, the Charmander line, I'm not. I think the Charmander might actually. If we're talking like the basic starters, I think Squirtle might be my least favorite. We'll talk about that in a moment then. But when it comes to the fully evolved ones, I don't know. Charizard never really gravitated towards me. I like the dragon. I like it being a dragon. That's pretty badass. But like, when it comes to, I like Venusaur just by having like this dinosaur-esque design with the palm tree, and like, how can you not love a fucking tortoise with cannons on its back? That sounds fucking badass, dude. That sounds badass. But no, I don't particularly care too much for it. And for that reason, for Charmander, I'm gonna put Charmander on the S. Charmeleon, I just straight up don't like. Well, I guess not straight up don't like, more that I just don't care for its design. I think it's a little botched. Let's go back to home for a moment. Why is it so red? Why is it so red? But Charmander and Charizard are a nice bright orange, and then Charmeleon, crimson. Just crimson, and I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Very defensive. Lycanthrax Sprout, that seems pretty... I mean, at the very least, the characteristics are what I'd expect from the Charmander line. But yeah, for Charizard, a good straight A. I think Charizard's pretty cool. And I kind of talked about Blastoise for a little bit. And then with Wartortle's on the same page as Charmeleon. A little less, but I don't get the tail. I really don't. Like, and same problem with Charmeleon. I don't get the slight color change, because with Squirtle and Blastoise, they have that sky blue color, and then it's just Cerulean for Wartortle. And I don't get it. I just don't understand it. I don't get the tail, and I don't get the ears either. Now that I think about it, I don't get why they have the ears for Blastoise either, considering that Squirtle doesn't have any sort of ear shapes. I guess, yeah, this line is a little inconsistent. But, you know, it's fine. I'll put... Like I said, I like all three of the starters quite a bit. When we're talking like the final evolutions, I'm not big on the mid evolutions, obviously, but yeah, I think that's just my 2 cents on the starters. I think they're all pretty cool. Mid evolutions aside, I can go either way with all three of them. Like, Charizard is like on the bottom, but I don't dislike Charizard at all. I think Charizard is perfectly fine by me. Now let's. Before we move any further, I noticed in Pokemon Home, and I kind of knew this, but it's something I don't get. I know for some moves they want to get rid of a lot of the moves that just don't make sense anymore. And there are some that we're going to go through, and I kind of get, why would you get rid of Bubble? Like, Bubble sucks. I'm not going to say otherwise, but it's a classic, like, basic move. I guess they just want to have a Water Gun as the basic move, and I get it, sure. But why get rid of Bubble? Bubble is iconic. It's an iconic move. And spoiler alert, they also got rid of Bubble Beam. Like, if you're gonna get rid of, at least keep Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam's kind of dope. I don't know. Discuss. And all right. We got the Caterpie line. Ouch. Butterfree with a low special attack. That's not. ideal, but we got Runaway, Shedskin, and Tinted Lenses. Those are pretty standard. Takes plenty of siestas. I like the use of siestas with the characteristics, but I kind of like them. They're just bugs, but like caterpillars and butterflies, I think they're just neat. Not to put them in like the high tiers. We'll put the Metapod in like in the commonplace. Like I don't dislike them, but I don't. But for Butterfree, I would put it right in the B. B for Butterfree. You got it. Got it good. But I like the Weedle line just a little more. When it comes to like, I just like Beedrill. I like Beedrill as like a design. I think it's kind of a generic wasp, but it's kind of, I don't know. I just like how they put like the stingers on one of its limbs, and it just works for me. It just works for me. I don't know what to tell you. I think it looks pretty damn neat. Damn it. It's got Sniper as an ability. Ooh. That's kind of nice, actually. This, low special attack is, whatever. Yeah. Ooh, I like that it has Sniper, though. That's pretty cool. So for Weedle, I would put here Kakuna, and we'll put. I'm not gonna do all that. I'm just gonna put them in the place. Okay, we're just gonna put Pidgey in the disappointments. I fucking hate this thing. And doing all that, just doing all that grinding for the Mew is just, yeah, there you go. The nickname says it all, Dirt. I think it's Dirt. But Pidgeot and Pidgeot, I think they're fucking fantastic. I love these designs, and I get that they're not particularly like majestic. Well, they're majestic, but they're not like fan favorites for a lot of people. I like them a lot. I really do. I'll put Pidgeot over there. I'll put Pidgeot in the aces. I legitimately really like Pidgeot. There's a reason why I decided to have a Pidgey as like the joke partner, but I really legitimately like Pidgeot just as a design and it's just really cool. Having the high attack for Vort was pretty nice, though. I don't know if they translated all these kinds of stats from Pokemon Red and Blue. I don't know if that was really a thing, but like, it's nice that it has it now. Alright, the Rattata line, let's get this over with. I don't like them. I don't like them at all. We put Rattata in the disappointments, and same with Raticate. I don't like Raticate. I think Raticate is a fucking gross-ass Pokemon. I think it looks gross. Brave and Hardy. Well, I guess having a neutral nature just kind of fits in with this stupid ass thing. So okay, so it's kind of the inverse, not necessarily the inverse for Spearow and Fearow. I'm not so Spearow I like better than Pidgey. I kind of like how it's like pretty gruff, pretty like it has like a scratchy, like messy feather pattern. It's pretty decent. And like I don't like Fearow as much as Pidgeot though. Like I think it's the Mohawk, I think the Mohawk just kind of makes it a little too goofy for me. Also the lanky neck. I don't like it's not my thing. I don't particularly like it. Mirror Move is a move that they got rid of, and I don't really care. I didn't really like Mirror Move. I thought it was a waste of space. And I'm kind of glad they got rid of it. Huh. Same natures as the Racket line. Interesting. Ekans and Arbok. Special defense and interesting. That's very interesting. I really like them. I like how they're female too. It's like I named both of them after like the Solid Snake. I named them after Solid Snake and Big Boss, respectively, because those are their real names. And I like that. I really do. But I really do like the Ekans line quite a bit. I think Ekans is a little basic. Arbok is really cool. I think it's a really cool like Cobra design. It's really neat. And we got the mascot and its evolution. Pikachu's classic. I'm a little... I don't like how they have Pikachu having its anime cry and then having the rest of them just be the game counter. Whoops. I don't know. Neither of these ones are particularly exciting. So Pikachu, I'm sorry, I'm gonna put it in the commonplace. I don't particularly think Pikachu is exciting one way or the other. I think it's just kind of okay. Raichu's a little better, but I will still put him in the commonplace. I don't have high opinions on either of them. I don't... Like, Pikachu is a classic character in the anime. But that's it. That's more or less it. Hey, Johnny! Thank you for the raid! Hope you were having fun with what you were playing, dude. Oh, man. Welcome. The company. Oh, the company. I want... one of these days I really want to try that out. I see you guys play that game, and it seems like a lot of fun. But yeah, we're just doing a little tier list. We're also reviewing all the Pokemon we got in Pokemon Red. And now we're at Sandshrew. Okay, so the Sandshrew line. I really like these guys quite a bit. I don't know why though. Like there do always be a spot for you. I'll keep that in mind, man. So Sandshrew's just cute. I really look at the little dude. Look at the little dude. He's a little gentleman. And then Sandslash just, it's a little edgy the hedgy, I guess, but it's not like terrible. It's very cool. I like these guys quite a bit. We'll put both of them in B. I think both of them are pretty fun, really fun. Okay. So we got the Nidoran line, and I think we're at the end of this box, so we'll have to switch that out. Special defense, special attack. Okay. Not necessarily particularly special. I mean, carry is special. But so the Nidos in general, they're kind of, I don't know if I like them or not is the thing. Is like, I think the Nido, like both of the Nidorans are cute. I don't know how to feel about like Nidorino and Nidorina. They're kind of okay, nothing crazy, nothing unique. Well, they're kind of unique. Like having like these like very spiny. Like, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish for them. I really don't. But for Nido Queen and Nido King, I really like Nido King's like really gruff exterior, and like Nidoran kind of has a motherly figure to it. I don't like the breastplates though. The breastplates are kind of. And now that I look at Nido King, like the armor plate doesn't look quite right to me either. But they're perfectly fine. I think they're decent Pokemon overall. We'll put them in the commonplace. I feel like the commonplace is gonna just be scattered through. Yeah. Put all of these Nidoran, and then we'll put Nido Queen and Nido King in the B tier. We'll leave it at that. Clefairy! Oh, I love Clefairy. I think Clefairy's really neat. They're just cute. Oh, both of them have a relaxed nature. I don't know how I feel about a defensive Pokemon having low defense, but the speed is neat. Even though it's not a very fast Pokemon. Friend Guard, and I know Unaware. I don't know what Friend Guard is. I'm gonna have to look at that. Capable of taking hits. Not with that kind of defense. I really like... I like how the Clefable has a lower level than the Clefairy. That's kind of funny in hindsight. We're putting both of them in the A tier. I really like these guys. I really do. Like, they're such cute designs. I just dig them, dude. I really do. Why did I add the Clefairy have strength? I don't remember much of the playthrough, but that's very interesting. Vulpix! Alright, nothing special about these two. Also, the fact that they have Drought. That's very interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care for them. Like... I guess Ninetales is slightly more interesting, but I don't... It's Vulpix I don't really like. I like Foxes. I think Foxes are pretty cool. Kind of spit a little bit. But, like, I don't know, man. Vulpix is just kind of nothing. It's just kind of boring. I do like Ninetales just a little bit because of like its background, but I don't really. And I hate to say that for. I really hate to say that for a Pokemon that I named Tina. I was kind of. It kind of looks like a Tina, don't you think? At least for me, it does. But I don't know. I just don't particularly have a lot of high feelings for it. Now, Jigglypuff. Okay, I get why they got rid of Double Slap. That was an annoying move. Interesting nature. Alert to sounds. That's... I guess that makes sense. Right off the bat, I have to put Jigglypuff in the S tier. I love the ever-loving hell out of Jigglypuff. There's a reason why I named Jigglypuff in most of the Smash Brothers games. I really like it. And Wigglytuff in the Aces. I just like Jigglypuff a little more. And the reason for that is just look at it. Look at it. It's just so cute. I loved it in the anime. The anime is really cool. That face is derpy enough to where I would probably want to put. I want to put them in the. Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's put it in the S tier. Let's put it in the S tier. I think that's where it belongs. Now the Zubat line. I like the Zubat line a lot more than most people. I think it's... That 3D model looks ugly though. I just like how weird Golbat is. It just looks dumb. The sprites are really stupid. So when it comes to the yellow sprite, it looks like it's just waving around. It's like and then in the red and blue sprite, like holy shit, that thing is terrifying. Goofy and terrifying. It's kind of like I should name this thing Pennywise. Now that I say that. But yeah, I think they're great. Once we get to Crobat, that would be a straight up S tier. I think Crobat might actually be one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I really love that design. But for Zubat and Golbat, they're perfectly A-okay. Not much past that. Now the Oddish line. Where do I want to put you is the thing. Low speed for Oddish and Vileplume. That's interesting. I thought that said strength for its abilities. Like, what the fuck? No, it's stench. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So I kind of have a little bit of a bias for Gloom just because of the anime. And I kind of like how cute Oddish is. Vileplume I don't have a lot of high opinions on, though. So, put Commonplace, put Gloom in the B, and then, yeah, Vileplume in the Commonplace as well. I don't have my... Okay, let's just put these two motherfuckers in the failure. I don't like Paris. I think Paris is a piece of shit. One of my least favorite Pokemon of all time. I think it just looks dumb. In the anime, they're even wimpier. It's like, what the hell are these things? Like, I kind of like the idea that Parasect is like a mind-controlled bug. I guess for that reason, I should probably put Parasect in, like, at the very least in the disappointments. and it kind of is a disappointment because I do kind of like the design and the overall idea of Parasect, but like, it's you. It's you that just completely ruins the dish. You are fucking awful. What is not awful is Venonat. I think Venonat and Venomoth are really cool. Like, Venonat is such a... It's such an adorable bug. It's very cute. And... Ooh, do I like Venomoth more than Butterfree, though? There was that kind of topic of whether or not Butterfree and Venomoth were, like, swapped, and I don't know if I quite agree with that, but I think I kind of like it just a smidge better than Butterfree, but I'm gonna put it in the B anyway. Because, like, I can go either way with both of them. I think they're both pretty cool. Diglett and Dugtrio, I would happily... Like, they're very, very basic Pokemon. Ooh, that speed loss hurts. Larry, Curly, and Mo. Yeah, I put both of them in the A tier. I like these guys quite a bit. Whenever I played Pokemon Red, I always like to have a Dugtrio in the party. Not just for Lieutenant Surge, but it's a dumb idea just to have 3 Pokemon. Just be the evolution, but it's just kind of neat. How could I not put Meowth in anywhere but the S tier? I think Meowth was the best part of that anime. And we'll put Persian in like the B. I think it's kind of a downgrade. They're trying to go for like kind of a menacing, mischievous look for it. But it doesn't work for me too much. I don't know. It's just not a Pokemon I care for. But Meowth is like... It's a really basic design. Oh my god, okay. Now that I look at the designs, I know exactly what's bothering me. The feet and the tail have a brown patch to them. But they got rid of it for Persian. I don't get why. I do like how James was the female and Jessie was the male. Like, at least Jessie can be a male name, so that doesn't really matter. James being the female, that kind of hit me. Duck. Psyduck is so cool. I love this derpy-ass little fuck. And I don't mind Golduck too much. It's a little bit of a disappointment, and I don't get why it's not Psychic type. Like, I guess we already have 2 Water Psychics with Slowpoke and Starmie, but I don't... we'll get to Slowpoke later, but I don't get why that's Water type. I think that should have just stayed as a Psychic. Now that I think about it, I don't see why these guys have to be Water type at all. Like, sure, they're Water type, but it's like... Sure, they're ducks, but... Well, Golduck is more of a Kappa, but... That being said, we'll put... Oh, I love Psyduck Sprite in yellow, even though it's feels a little lopsided. And we'll put Golduck in the B. I think the B works fine. And the Mankey Lion. again, the anime has warped my perception for these guys. These guys are just so neat. So neat. They're both going in the S tier. Primeape is one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love this thing so much. I really do. It's like, it's just an angry motherfucker, but that doesn't matter to me. Well, that does matter to me because that's one of the reasons why I love it so much. It's a lax nature. I guess for someone that I named after Sylvester Stallone, I guess that kind of makes sense. The low defense doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I guess the special defense kind of does. When you kind of look at special defense as like a mental thing, it's like I guess it kind of makes sense if you watch Rocky. Watch Rocky and Rocky 2. Great movies. Absolutely great movies. Watch Rocky Balboa as well. The rest you can kind of skip. And also Creed. As I can't say, I haven't watched Creed yet, but I should. And you should too. So the Growlithe line. They're cool. They're pretty neat. They get dock points for... Oh, they're both Calm Nature. Interesting. Why does the Calm Nature have high attack? That doesn't make sense to me. Ooh, I don't like Growlithe's yellow design. It's so saturated in comparison to Arcanine. But yeah, they're cool. Not Pokemon that I genuinely have in my team, but they're decent. They're pretty okay. They always have Arcanine as like a kind of a pseudo-ish legendary, and it really looks the part. I don't get why they don't have it as like a legendary. But whatever. We gotta go back to the box because we got the Poliwag line and Poliwhirl. So interesting about these Pokemon in particular. That is a wimpy cry for a fighting type. They're fine. Poliwag is kind of going into the commonplace. I like Poliwhirl quite a bit, and I'm gonna put Poliwhirl in kind of the same area. I don't what I don't get with Poliwrath is it doesn't change the design too much. It's not particularly a good design. It just kind of made it a little buffer, but that's not really enough. And I don't get why they added the fighting type into it. It just doesn't... It's kind of a weird evolution. Like, outside of the... I guess the added muscle and the fighting type, it just isn't any better than Poliwhirl, but it's not any worse either. It's just kind of the same Pokemon. Plain and simple. The Abraline. I don't like this line as much as most. At least they have special attack. Buffs, that's good. That's good. Except for you. You decided to be the holdout, but That's good, because you're going to be a Abra for the rest of your life. Get fucked. Yeah. I'm gonna put Abra in the commonplace. It's just whatever. And then the Kadabra. I'm kind of split on the A and B. Because I do like the Kadabra and Alakazam quite a bit. They're just kind of... They are typical, like, psychic types, but they're okay overall. Oh, why did they get rid of Karai Chop? Okay, so I guess they did change Karai Chop into a fighting type. I never got why it was a normal type in the first place, but whatever. Why did they get rid of Karai Chop? That's a decent move. Like, that's a decent move. Why would you get rid of it? Whatever. The timid nature for that one is actually a good nature to have for it. And then these two just decided to be kind of dull. Interesting. Yeah, the Machop line I don't care for all that much. I do like Machop's sprite a little more than Red and Blue because holy shit, that was weird. You're still going in the commonplace. Machop is dopey. Like fucking dopey. Into the commonplace you go. Yeah, I don't care much for them. One thing I don't get is how did it get the muzzle? I don't get that. And the pants. I don't like the Speedo on it. Is the Speedo and the I think that's a belt? Yeah, that's a belt. They're not. They kind of ruined the design for me. Also them being like very muscle bound. Not my thing. Not my thing at all. Another Pokemon that has warped my perception thanks to the anime. Bellsprout for kind of annoying reason. Because I think it was it wasn't Pikachu's Vacation. It was one of the shorts before one of the movies. It was the one before 2000 actually. Where all the Bellsprouts just kind of go Bellsprout, 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 Bellsprout. And like that's kind of annoying. Weeping Bell I don't have a lot of high opinions over. So that means you're going in the commonplace. Same with Bellsprout, I guess. But Weeping Bell, I think is fun. Just James's Victory Bell was just kind of a fun Pokemon to watch on screen. It was just neat, damn it. The tentacle line. Another line that I really love. Like they're just kind of I always really liked having Tentacool in Red specifically, just to have a toxic rap combination just to kind of kill the time, because it was just so fast. Like it had the speed to actually get it done. It was so good. And like for that reason, we'll put Tentacool and B. We'll put Tentacruel in. Ooh, do I want to put it? It's not quite S, is it? No, I would put it in S. I think it's great. I like Tentacruel really well. It's such a great Pokemon for me. Geodude. So I like the Alolan forms a hell of a lot better than the standard ones, because Rock Electric is a lot more interesting for me. Give me a moment. I need a drink. I've been going for over 15 minutes. And I didn't really get a drink. That's interesting. But yeah, for these guys, they're a lot cooler designs too, because frankly, these designs kind of blow. The lighting doesn't help here. Like, good gracious, that thing looks like it's just made of glass. It's not great. The timid nature really works for them. I don't get Golem's design. I like it better than Graveler. I think Graveler looks gross. Same with Geodude. Overall. I don't like the Geodude. I don't like Geodude. We're gonna put Geodude and Graveler in the disappointments. I don't like them at all. And sure, we'll put the D's and F's have completely disappeared from the screen, and over time a couple of rows of the C tier are gonna disappear as well. Ponyta and Rapidash, they were kind of neat in the anime, but that's more or less it. I think they're just kind of nothing. I tried with the Seabiscuit and Secretariat, but the nicknames, I don't think they... Ash Biscuit kind of works. Secretash, not really. Not really. I guess you can kind of make an argument for... This is a Pokemon I gave to Ash, but I probably personally wouldn't. Just to go a little down here for a moment. Yeah, not particularly great Pokemon in my opinion. Slowpoke. These two are derpy as hell, and I love them. I really do. So, first off, ooh, that's a really good... Jolly Nature really works for Slowbro. Holy shit, that's a great one. Slowpoke, I just love its derpiness. Well, they have Regenerator, that's cool. I don't mind these Pokemon. The problem I have with them is just I don't typically have them on my team because I don't tend to like the tanks. The tanks don't work for me. And the design, I think they're both fantastic. So we're just gonna put both of them in the B tier for now. Slowbro would be a little higher if it wasn't... if I actually used it in the games, but that's not really a thing, so they're gonna be in the B tier for now. Magnemite. Oh, thank God they got rid of Sonic Boom. Sonic Boom was dumb. Low speed nature is not great for a Pokemon that kind of needs it. So Magnemite and Magneton, another Pokemon I don't have a lot of strong feelings towards. I like the idea that the evolution for Magnemite is just... they used magnetism just as the evolution. That's a cool idea. Cooler idea than, like, Dugtrio, obviously, but, like, I think... I do like Dugtrio better than this, though. It's got a great type. At least past Generation 1, but I don't care for them much. I really don't. Into the commonplace you go. Both of you. What is not going into the commonplace is Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is one of my favorites. Bar none. Not because of the anime. The games, actually. So when I did that trade, we're putting you in the S tier. Because of the trade, I traded it in for the Spearow because I wanted to know what this thing was. And looking at it is like, it's just a nice, simple, but really, it's just a really nice design. I love the idea behind it is also really cool. But what they did with the design, it's simple, but it's really cool. I really like it. And I get that people just see it and it's like a mid Pokemon. I get it. I do, but I think it's neat, damn it. And I don't think it should be slept on. And I'm glad they gave it evolution in Generation 8, despite the fact that I didn't play that game, and I wish they just kept it as an evolution instead of having it be an evolution of the regional variant, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. And they got rid of Rage. Thank you. Another move that was a waste of time. Won against the champion because of that. But, Dodrio and Doduo, very similar to Spearow and Fearow. I think they're just kind of nothing great. And we'll just put them in the... Yeah, I did put... Yeah. Dodrio goes in the B as well. Yeah, they're very similar to Spearow and Fearow. They're not particularly... It starts off kind of boring and then gets slightly better, but that's kind of it. Seal and Dugong. Boring. Boring. I think... Yeah, they're boring Pokemon. I don't care for them. If anything, they're probably the most forgettable Pokemon for me. Scroll down. Yeah, I put them in the F tier. Both of them. They're just... I keep forgetting they're a thing. I keep forgetting they're a thing. I keep thinking that Seal is an actual Ice type, but no. It gains the Ice type when it evolves. Why did they have to have boring designs, boring names, too? Like, I hate that I named them after... I'm not the biggest fan of The Little Mermaid, but I don't know what Ariel and Triton really... I don't know if these Pokemon really deserve those names. They're nothing. Ooh, the 3D designs for these guys just look bad. What the hell did they do to you two? I don't like the fact that Muck is sassy. Oh god, and I don't... I completely forgot I named them after fuck. Oh my god, that's... It is absolutely funny that they're girls, though. That's... There's some kind of irony there, and I don't know what. Oh my fucking god, that's gross. I'm gonna switch the boxes. Well, open that in a moment. That aside, this is gonna sound weird. I like the Grimer line quite a bit. I think they're kind of neat. They're sludge. That's all there is to them, but they're just kind of neat to me. I don't know why. I don't know. But going back. Say hello to the better Seal line, I guess. Just like Seal, I keep forgetting that Shellder is not an ice type. It gains it when it evolves. I never realized that ice, how rare of a type ice really is, to a point where I don't get why it's even a thing. But I digress on that, I suppose. But yeah, they're kind of a better Seal line, but they're not particularly interesting either. Yeah, it's just a Cloyster. That's kind of it. Going into the other box just to look at Shellder for a moment. Nothing special. Okay, cool. I'm surprised I didn't get rid of Withdraw. That's interesting. The Ghastly line. Again, the anime precede my opinion on these guys, but I've got to be 100% honest. They were so charming in that one episode. And ever since, they've been some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love these things. I love these guys so much. In fact, I'm gonna put the Mickey. I don't do this, but like, I'm gonna put my overall favorites in the very top of the top. The thing about the Gengar line is, like, Ghastly is such a basic design, but it doesn't really matter to me. It's just such a neat little guy. Like, it kind of has a vampire-esque design to it. But in the anime, both the one where they had the festival, I don't remember what that one was called, but the Pokemon Tower episode, like all three of these guys were just so goofy. Like, on the face of it, they should be just kind of like really creepy. But there's a charm to their creepiness, though. It's really great. On paper, Quiet would be a really good nature for them, and I guess for the speed it would be nice. Shame about the special attack, though. Oh well. They're great. What can I say? Some of my favorite Pokemon of all time. And what a downgrade. On both counts, actually, because Onix we're putting in the failures. I think it's kind of gross. go down a little bit. And for the Hypno line, I don't hate them as much as others. I know, they got rid of Meditate. Interesting. Ugh, their cries are kind of gross. I don't hate them as much as others, but I'll definitely put them in the... I'll definitely put them in the D tier. Like, they deserve it. Yeah, not great Pokemon. I know a lot of people really hate Hypno, because I think in some of the entries they do talk about how they they kidnap children. I think that's a thing. I have to look through them again. And they really didn't like the Pokemon episode as well. And I get it. But, like, my problem with Hypno is not necessarily its creepiness. Or, like, the fact that they kind of make it kind of like a icon for, the R word. The R thing. The sex thing. The very bad sex thing. My problem is that it's just not a very interesting design. Drowsy kind of works, but Hypno is just kind of boring. It's a very boring creepiness that I don't really care about. Krabby! Is that how you spell Vice? I don't think that's how you spell Vice. Give me a moment. You don't see the tier list, so I'm gonna make a new tab. Vice. Oh, that is how you spell it. Okay. Never mind then. I have learned something. They misspelled it in the first game, I guess. Krabby and Kingler? Kind of okay. They're okay. Nothing crazy about them, but they're okay. In the first game, they kind of fucked up the design because both of the claws were the same size, even though one of them should be a lot larger than the other. Okay, these things just kind of suck. Nothing crazy about them. We're putting... I'm gonna put Voltorb in the disappointments, Electrode in the failures, because I get where they're coming from. They wanted to make a mimic because that's the RPG trope. You gotta have a mimic. And having it look like a Pokeball works. This does not. This thing is so dull as a Pokemon. As a Pokemon design. Another thing where the regional variants just completely just make these things completely just better in every way. But we'll talk about that later. Oh, they got rid of Barrage. Interesting. Like, I don't care. Because it was kind of an annoying move, but I don't know. The Execute line I don't... Well, Execute itself I don't care much about. Executor I like a little more. In fact, actually put it in the Aces because it was... If I wasn't gonna pick Venusaur, I would have chosen Exeggutor as my grass type. Because I just like the typing. The typing really works for it, and I do like the design. I think the Alolan form is a little better. I don't like the type as much, though. But again, that's something to talk about when we get... They got rid of Bone Club? That's their signature. Did they get rid of Boomerang? Let's look at that. Please tell me they did not get rid of Boomerang. They did! Aw, that's stupid. Oh, in version... Oh, it wasn't in Sword and Shield originally, but they got it back in. That's so weird. I want to see on Bone Club, though. Let's, Okay, Bone Club is just completely gone. That's weird because that's like their signature move, though. Yeah, it's their signature move. That is rude. That is very rude indeed. Well, actually, no. Give me a moment. Are the Marowak family in? Yeah, they're not in. Okay, that makes a little more sense, I guess. But I like these guys quite a bit. They're right up there with Diglett and Dugtrio. I like these guys. They're probably... If I'm not in the mood for a Dugtrio, I will have a Marowak in my team as my resident ground type. They're just great. They're just fantastic. And the Hitmonchans. Let's... Got rid of Comet Punch. Interesting, interesting. So my thing with the Hitmons... They're not... Okay, Hitmonlee I just don't care. I just don't care for. Hitmonchan's a little better. But neither of them I would really... I'm putting you in the disappointments. You suck. You suck as a design. And put Hitmonchan in the conflict. When I go for a fighting type, these are not my go-tos. I usually have Primeape with me because that's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. But if I'm not in the mood for a Primeape, I'm probably going to have... What else was there? Actually, no, just Primeape. I'm looking through. The rest I don't care. I'm not getting a Machop. I'm not getting Poliwag. They're not. Yeah, just Primeape is the de facto fighting type for me. Lickitung I really like. Again, because of the anime, I think it's just a dopey design. Such a dopey design. I wish it was a little better, though. I just wish it was, like, a better Pokemon. Overall. Otherwise, I would actually use it a little more. I don't like the evolution they gave it later on. Licky is just really, really dumb. Coughing and Wheezing. Similar boat to Ekans and Arbok. Though, I think I like them because of the anime, not necessarily outside of it, because outside of it, I would... Like, Arbok's really cool. Really cool. but they're just below both of them. Like, Coughing is just a little bit of a weaker Ekans, and then Wheezing is just a little bit of a weaker Arbok for me. And now we get to the Rhyhorn line. Nothing great for me. It doesn't help that Rock Ground just doesn't appeal to me, mostly because it's weak to the two most common types, so it loses a little bit of that luster for me. But as Pokemon, they're okay. I wish they did a little more as Rhino Pokemon, but they're decent enough, I suppose. So they go into the Commonplace. And that Commonplace is almost gone from the page. Which means I gotta keep scrolling so I can get to it. Thank God they got rid of doubles. I think they got rid of all the multi-hit moves, which I'm not complaining about. Ugh, not a particularly great nature for you, bud. Chansey's fine. When it comes to the pink normal types, it's definitely not one I care for. So, goes into the Commonplace. Now, Tangela. Oh, they got rid of Constrict. I mean, Constrict was nothing. It was a nothing move. Tangela, I don't have a lot of high opinions on either, so Commonplace you go. And the Kangaskhan. Really hate trying to get this thing. But if I'm in the mood for a normal type, this is usually a Pokemon I consider. It's just kind of a neat Pokemon, you know? That's not a great nature. Somewhat vain. That is a very Karen characteristic. We'll put Kangaskhan in the B. I don't mind it. And here we go with the Seadra line. Kind of okay. You had to have a quiet nature, didn't you? They're kind of okay Pokemon. I don't have a lot of high opinions about them, though. Just keep in mind, their Commonplace is probably gonna be the most crowded. Because, like, Generation 1 has a lot of really good Pokemon, but also a lot of... They kind of just exist. Like, there's not a lot of bad Pokemon. Like, the bad Pokemon are... They're either just really boring, or they're just kind of... I wish there was a little more to them. But Commonplace is just... what I consider them as, just Commonplace. And I have to say the same for Bob and Sharpbait. Sharkbait! Ooh ha ha! Yeah, they're not... They kind of just exist. I know a lot of people would probably put them in like a D tier. But no, they're just there for me. Yeah, looking at it, yeah. Yeah, that's a good place for him. And then we get to the Staryu line. There's a reason why if I'm not in the mood to get a... If I'm not in the mood to choose the Squirrel line, I'm gonna use these Pokemon. These are my favorite water types. In Generation 1 at least. I know a lot of people usually go for Gyarados, but trying to get it to a Gyarados is a little annoying, and I wish they had a better typing than Water Flying. But Water Psychic works. So there you go. Alright, Mr. Mime. They got rid of Barrier. Interesting, interesting. Mr. Mime's alright. I used to dislike it a lot more. But over time, I just kind of think it's just okay. Into the commonplace you go. Scyther I've always loved the design for. I love the design. I like Scizor just as much, if not a little more. But Scyther is just cool. I would put it in the A tier. A tier is a good spot for it. And then Jinx. Another Pokemon that I used to hate a little more. It's still not particularly one of my favorites. But I like it a little more over time. I don't think I would ever call it one of my favorites, though. Definitely wouldn't call it one of my least. So it joins Mr. Mime. And again, Electabuzz is just kind of there. A part of me wants to put you in the D tier just because you wasted a lot of my time, but no. Another one in the commonplace. This design is both amazing and disgusting all at once. So boo butt. Another one in the commonplace. Like, again, I don't have a... There's not a lot to say about these. Like, outside of Scyther, they're just kind of... Like, a lot of the single evolution Pokemon... At least single evolution for Generation 1, I should stress. They're not interesting for me. And I have to say the same thing for Pinsir because it's just a lamer... It's a lamer Scyther. And in Generation 1, it gets completely overshadowed by another Pokemon. Tauros is the same. When I was younger, I used to think that there was a three-headed evolution for this thing. But there was not. And it's just kind of a nothing Pokemon. Just absolutely nothing. Sorry for all the Tauros fans, if there are any. And like I said earlier, I like Gyarados fine. Put Magikarp in the commonplace. I would not put a under because I like the idea of just having a very weak Pokemon turn into a very strong Pokemon. I would still put Gyarados in like the A tier, but I wish it had a better type. The Mega Evolution they gave it was Water Dark, and that kind of worked better. That worked better for me. I wish it had the Dragon type, though. Like a lot of other people, but it just... Gyarados could be a lot cooler for me, but the typing doesn't work for me. It doesn't get any flying type moves. That kind of makes it weaker. Why does it have a gentle nature? The gentle nature does not work for a Pokemon that I named Magnus, for God's sake. Alright. Lapras. Another one that's just kind of okay. The further we go up, the more I just don't care for a lot of these Pokemon. Ditto just kind of rocks, though. I like this derpy little fuck. Again, the anime works. There's a reason why I named it Duplica, even though I misspelled it. Oops. But there's a reason. Put in the B tier, despite the fact that, do I have more? I think I have more B tiers. Oh, they give Eevee its anime cry. But the evolutions don't get it at all. I like Eevee. I like Eevee. It's cute. I like Eevee a little more than Pikachu. I think Eevee is a little more interesting. So it goes into the B tier. And I'd have to say the same for Vaporeon and Jolteon. The evolutions just don't gravitate to me too much, and I know that's kind of blasphemous for a lot of people, considering how massively popular they are. I had Dane as my party member, not necessarily because I wanted it, but mostly because I wanted to try to get Pin Missile. And a part of me kind of regretted that in hindsight. But I grew a little bit of attachment to it over time, so that doesn't really matter. I like how the Pokemon that I had as a strictly male name became the only female of the group. That's funny. That's very funny. What is not funny is that I don't like Flareon. I think Flareon is it's easily the weakest evolution for me. I think it... I'm not going to be mean enough to put it in the F, but I'm definitely putting it in the D tier. I actually thought it would be one of my least favorite Pokemon, but looking at the F tiers, nah, it doesn't deserve that at all. But it's not one of my favorites, so deal with it. Sorry. It looks like shit. The design just makes it look like it has shit for... It has shit for a tail. It has shit for... It has shit on its forehead, shit on its chest, shit on its tail. And, like, it just... They're trying to go for a fiery look, but it doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. It looks gross. It actually looks like a hot, steaming pile of shit for me. That was not intentional for them, I assure you, but whatever. Sharpen. Sharpen, I think it's just... I need to brush up on that. I have... Sharpen. I don't think they would have wanted to get rid of... So, Sharpen increases the user's attack stage. Okay, so it's just a generic move. It was just a generic move. Prior to Generation 5, it was a signature move for Porygon. How many signature moves did Porygon have? Let me look at that for just a momento. So it had conversion. And then in Generation 2... it was... So thank God there's a chart here. So there was... Yeah, Conversion 2 they gave Porygon later. I don't know what... Randomly changed the user's type to any type that either resists or is immune to the type. And then Conversion was just... changed the type to the target's type. It was... They're interesting moves, and I'm glad they didn't get rid of them. Because I think they're really interesting moves for the Porygon line. Porygon itself, though, I like a lot, actually. I think it's a really cool Pokemon. Really cool Pokemon. We put it in the B tier. Like, Porygon 2 and Porygon Z, I don't think my opinions on either of them change any higher than that. Christ on a bike, that model is terrible. That literally looks like a clay figure. That looks like something you would play and look at in Clay Fighter, actually. That's kind of gross. Ugh. But yeah, going through all 5 of the fossil Pokemon. I'm sorry for all the people that are Lord Helix supporters, but these two I just don't care that much about. I think they're just kind of okay. I was always a bigger fan of the Kabuto line. Kabuto because of the trading card game, if you could believe it or not, because my best friend at the time, when I was getting really into Pokemon, she actually gave me my first pack of Pokemon cards. And one of the cards in that deck was a Kabuto. And that card was... And the art looked really sick. So I have sentimental value about that. And then... Kabutops. I am genuinely shocked that they actually allowed the level 7 Kabutops. Because you can't get a level 7 Kabutops in Pokemon Red naturally. They wouldn't let me have the Blastoise and the Dragonite because of that. But I guess several of these Pokemon, they just didn't care. But yeah, I love the Kabutops line. Kabuto in the B, and Kabutops actually in the A tier. Kabutops in the A tier. There we go. And for Aerodactyl, there's a reason why I named it Leno. Not just because of the jawline, but I just think it's not a very interesting Pokemon as a whole. I never think about using a Aerodactyl. You get so late in the game too, so it's like, who gives a shit? Well, to be fair, you get a lot of these Pokemon late in the game. But I just like the Kabuto line a little more. Snorlax is an S tier. That's not even a... Another one of my favorite Pokemon, actually. I really like this. I really like Snorlax. It's just a cuddly plush toy. A really giant plush toy. It looks so disappointed in this. The 3D model just makes it look so disappointed. It's kind of sad, actually. Don't be sad, Snorlax. I put you in the S tier. Come on. I put you in the S tier. Come on. It's like, Don't be so sad. And then we got the legendary birds. If we're talking about the legendary trios as a whole, I don't like them quite at all. The first time I played Pokemon Yellow, I actually beat the Elite Four with the Zapdos. I don't know why, because I don't particularly care for either of these guys. I really don't. Why is Zapdos the only one with Drill Peck and the others just have regular Peck? That's kind of lame. Well, actually, now that I say that out loud, makes all the sense in the world. So yeah, these guys just suck. I don't particularly care for them. For Articuno and Zapdos, we'll put them in the C tier. Moltres is in the D tier. I think it's... Fire Flying just doesn't work for me. One of the reasons why I don't care for Charizard all that much is because of the Fire Flying type. It would have been a lot cooler if it was a Dragon type. I know why they didn't. For balancing reasons, but I don't know. It just didn't sit well with me, I guess. Speaking of dragons, though. I don't know where to put Dratini and Dragonair. So... Moss Nature does not work for either of them. We have to put the honorary team member in a high spot at the very least. So their Dragonair is majestic. Dratini is just cute. I really like Dratini just as a design. So for that, we'll put it in the B tier. We'll put Dragonair in the B tier because I think it is a very majestic looking Pokemon. And we'll put Dragonair in the A tier. I like it quite a bit. And just as we're talking about A tiers, Mewtwo is still to this day, I think Mewtwo along with Reshiram are my favorite legendaries. I really like Mewtwo as a design. I would never use it as a team member because I don't genuinely use legendaries on my team, but if I ever wanted to, Mewtwo would be up there along with Reshiram. And we got the lone Mew. Getting this thing in the box was a pain in the ass because I had to go through I really had to go through the Elite Four so many times just to get the IVs good for that stupid damn Pidgey. And trying to get this thing was very interesting because I was looking through a guide. I don't quite remember the name of the channel, but I was going through the guide, and when I was going through the Celadon City part, trying to get 8F, I thought I was doing something wrong because my screen was not matching up with the guys at all, which was a little weird. But it did work for me. And we finally got Mew. We got Mew into our little spots. I really like Mew. I think Mew is a really cute mythical Pokemon. I don't think I would ever want to go out to an event to get one, personally. Maybe as a kid I would have. Maybe. I don't know. But, we'll have it join Mewtwo. And Missing Noah's here. Round out the commonplace, I guess. I don't know. But there you go. I think we got every. I know I put Snorlax in like in one of my favorites, and it's weird because I didn't use one. But I think I just didn't have a general spot for it in my team. It also didn't help that I despawned one of them for some reason. That was weird. That was weird. That was so weird. And I didn't use the Ghastly line because as much as I love them, they're still my favorite evolutionary line. I love the Gengar line so much. They suck in Generation 1, and they don't get much better until Generation 4 when they do the split. So that was the reason why I didn't use them particularly. I guess I should have used them just as a... I should have just used them just as a... because I like them that much. In hindsight, the Pokemon Red playthrough was just kind of a mess. Because I did have a team in mind, but I just flip-flopped so much because... Did I want to keep the Gyarados, or did I want to use Starmie? Did I actually want to use Snorlax? Did I want to use Gengar? Did I want to use Farfetch? Farfetch is another one of my favorites. I'll put it there. I already had the Pidgeot, so... And when I get to Sword and Shield, I will use Farfetch and evolve that into the Surfetch. In fact, when you see the streaming soon, those are my favorite Pokemon right there. If I had to pick well, I don't have a 6 Pokemon there, but if I had to pick a team of 5, that would be it. Right there. I don't know what number 6 would be, ultimately, but that's something to look into when we analyze every Pokemon. There were a lot less F tiers than I expected. But looking at all the D tiers, I wouldn't put them any lower than I have now. Yeah. I think I'm okay with this. Very nice. I might actually post the overall list on Twitter later. And Blue Sky. I need to actually use Blue Sky a little more. But with that said, that's Pokemon Red. We're done with Pokemon Red. We don't have to think about it anymore. Thank God. And when I get back to the Living Dex, I'm gonna... we'll do that sometime in January or February. I don't know when. But like I said at the end of the Pokemon Red playthrough, I want to let you guys make me suffer here. So when we get to... By the time we get to Pokemon Gold... we're going to be playing Crystal for that. When we get to Generation 2. I could, in theory, just do the new Pokemon. Just the new 100 Pokemon and just make my life easy because we don't have to worry about any other Pokemon outside of that. But if you want to make me suffer so much, please get me to 50 followers. Get me the 50 followers. Get me to, I think that's partner. Get me to a point where I can be partner by the end of the year, and we can do the regional decks. That means I will get every Pokemon in the game, which means that's almost every other Pokemon. The exceptions to that rule are the starters, the fossils, and the legendaries from Generation 2 don't apply because they don't naturally appear in Gold and Silver and Crystal. But otherwise, everyone else would be fair game. So if I get the 50, I'll do that. I will do that. So make me suffer. And when we get to that, it will not just be Generation 2. That'll be the entire journey. So if you want me to suffer, get me to 50. I'll have to do a little more streaming to make sure that happens, obviously. But with that, yeah. Speaking of more streaming, I think I might do a stream tomorrow. I got a lot of things to do tonight, and I got a lot of things to do on tomorrow as well. But I'm thinking maybe we'll do a stream tomorrow, just to make up for not having a stream last week. And on Friday, I actually have a kind of a series of things going, but you'll see what that is on Friday. Maybe we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna start that on Friday. That's it. We've done everything. We're done. We're done with everything. Just go away. I don't want to deal with you. Want to raid? This is the layout has fucked up. Shit. What's the panel that has the raid? Is that the quick actions panel? Might be. Yes, it is. There we go. Save the layout changes. Is there anyone we can raid? No one that I can really see. So we're just not gonna raid today. Speaking of which, though, thank you, Johnny, for the raid earlier. That means a lot to me, man. And I will. The next time you do Lethal Company, let me know, because I would like to actually try that game out. I don't actually have that game yet, but I'll get to it. But with that said, I'm done. End it, you